Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Alright, so next up we have is base colors. Alright, so these are colors that aren't orange, don't have any orange to them by themselves, but are light genes that help for like a base color. So if you start out with a morph, say like GHI, it's going to be too dark. But if you start out with a morph fire, which is our first one, then you're going to have a better chance at arriving at an orange morph. So let's look at some fire snakes. Fire, I found a lot of orange snakes. I actually spent more time on fire than any other gene. I actually had to stop myself from looking for more fires because there's so many fire combinations out there. It would have taken me a week to go through all the fire combinations, but I took a couple of days to go over fires and I found a lot of orange snakes. It's crazy how much orange people are coming up with this fire gene. So if you look, the first up we have is fire on its own. You can tell right off the bat, this is it has a lot of light color to it. It's a great starting point. The next up we have is a fire yellow belly. Look at how much lighter that snake is. And the alien heads are pretty much don't have the little dots in the middle of them. It has more of a light color to it. And the background of it, it's just a lot more lighter. Just by adding that yellow belly to it, it lightened up an already light snake. The next one we have is an Inchi Firefly Ghost. Now this is kind of a yellow, majority of the snake is yellow, but if you added other orange morphs in there like Super Orange Dream, Inchy, if you put champagne in there, or maybe like orange belly or orange crush or all of those, it would get really orange. The next up we have is a albino fire pastel calico. This snake has a lot of orange to it. Now it is albino, and like I said earlier, I don't know if you can really wipe out that white part of the albino. No one to this day has really wiped it out. So I don't know if albino is one of those genes. I didn't add it as an orange morph. It does have a lot of orangish type properties, but I don't know. And maybe I'm counting out albino. I don't know. But this next albino is going to make you think that you can't really leave albino out of your mix. It is an albino Inchy Fire Pastel Calico. Look at how much orange this snake has. But then if you look at it, it has a lot of yellow. So I don't know if you can get rid of that yellow. Albino is one of the strongest morphs out there as when it comes to keeping its colors. But I couldn't leave this one out. Alright, next one up we have a Firefly Inchy Highway. And look at how cool this snake looks. You can't say that this snake is yellow. It's more on the orange side, and it has a lot of orange or light color to it. It's almost like the sunset, because if you look towards the bottom, on the bottom it's got white, and then in the middle it has just straight orange, but it's a light colored orange. So this snake would definitely, if you put Orange Dream in it, I think it would definitely be a lot more orange. And if you made this super Inchy, it would take more of that pattern out of there. Alright, the next one we come up with is a Firefly Pinstripe Inchy Yellow Belly. Now this snake is predominantly orange, or yellow, I mean. And the reason why I put this one on here is if you added more orange morphs to this, I think you would arrive at orange. I think it's a great starting point, and it's not too many genes. Firefly, Pinstripe, Inchy, Yellow Belly. Okay, maybe 4 genes. If you added some more to it, might get a little dicey in there. Maybe if you took the Yellow Belly out and added in Orange Dream. I'm not so certain that Firefly is a great combination to add in there, but we'll just have to see. Next one we have is a Ghost Orange Dream Inchy Fire Champagne. Now this snake is really light colored, and it pretty much is a yellow snake. But I put it on there because you don't know what if you added more orange to this, it could be a really nice looking orange snake. I like that faded color to it. Imagine having an orange faded version of this. That would be a really neat snake, almost like that champagne cinnamon one that we had earlier. So if you took out, see it has champagne in it already. So champagne, fire, Inchy, orange dream, ghost. I think the ghost made it a little too white. I'm going to take the ghost out of there and put another orange gene in there. Kind of has hints of orange in the middle part of it. Next up we have is orange dream, champagne, ghost, fire. Look how much orange this snake has. It's crazy. They call it a mimosa. So yeah, and it has that white ringer on it. Imagine if it didn't have that white ringer. It would be almost an entirely orange snake. If you put Inchy in here, I think you might come up with an almost all orange snake. This is one of my favorites out of these fires. Next up we have is an orange dream, fire, champagne. Now it's kind of like the last one, but it doesn't have ghost in it. This picture of it has a lot of light, and I'm thinking if you didn't have as much light to it, it would look a lot more orange. The next one we have is orange dream, fire, champagne. This is another one that we found that it's a better picture than the one I just showed you before. See how much, and this picture doesn't have as much light to it, so you can see that it is a lot of it is an orange snake. I'm not sure why it has white ringer to it. Maybe I think that's what champagne kind of has in it. I've seen a lot of morphs that have that pied sort of look to it. So I'm not so sure that champagne is the best morph. It makes it look, it gives you that orange faded color look, and that's why I like these champagne morphs. Champagne orange morphs. The next one we have is an orange dream, leopard, Inchy, butter, fire, or vanilla, het, clown. And look at how orange this snake is. Such a beautiful looking snake. It has some dark to it, a little bit more than the last couple ones that I showed you, but I didn't want to leave it off there because it's such a beautiful looking snake. Next one we have is an orange dream, pastel, fire, vanilla. And that is another one of those snakes that pastel, I just love it how it makes that faded look to it. And this snake has a lot of orange. Next one we have is an orange dream, vanilla cream. And this snake is interesting. Where most snakes would have the black saddles in it, the saddles are pretty much all orange. So I didn't want to leave this one out. It's like a yellow and orange snake with a little bit of black hints to it. Pretty unique snake. I like it. This next one we have is a pastel, pinstripe, asphalt, yellow belly, fire. Now this snake is pretty much a yellow snake, but if you think about it, if you added orange morphs to it, if you took the yellow belly out and put orange in there, like an orange dream in there, that would be pretty cool. Next up we have is a pastel, super Inchy, fire, leopard, 50% het, clown. Look at how much orange. This is a bright orange snake, probably the brightest orange snake that we have. Now it has that dark in there. It is already super Inchy. So comment down below, guys, what you think would wipe out that black pattern. I'm new to breeding, so I'm not sure which morph would take that pattern away. That would really help me out big time. If you guys could comment below and tell me which morph would wipe out the pattern completely and make that snake an all orange snake, that would be awesome. But this is one of my favorites. Next one we have is a pastel, super Inchy, fire, leopard, butter, 50% het, clown. And this snake is a very light orange. Again, if you added something to this to make it have less pattern, see, I thought the super Inchy would wipe it out. It didn't completely wipe out the black patterns. There's still hints of black in the background. So if we knew of a morph that would wipe that out, that would be really cool. The next one we have is a super Inchy, fire, butter, and this one's really cool. I mean, I have not seen another snake that looks like this. It's really light colored. Again, if we had a morph in here that would wipe out those saddles, the black saddles, or turn those black saddles to orange, then that would be pretty neat. I like this snake. It's a cool looking snake. Looks like a tiger almost. Next one we have is a super Inchy, orange dream, fire, pinstripe. Look at this snake. This is almost entirely orange. See what I mean, guys? Fire combinations, you're coming up with more orange snakes than any other morph that I have found. So it's really cool. Next one is a Super Orange Dream Champagne Fire. And this snake is another one that's light orange, but has a lot of promising attributes to it. It almost looks like it has genetic stripe in it, but they didn't list that as one of the genes. The next one we have is Super Orange Dream Inchy Fire Mojave. And this is one of my favorites out of the fires. It has those swirls of black in the background. I almost think that it would be a shame to get rid of those black saddles, but it still would be interesting to see which morph we could use to wipe out the black in that pattern. Next one we have is a Super Orange Dream Pastel Inchi Yellow Belly Fire. And this snake looks like the one that we had last, so I'm not going to add. Next one we have is a Super Pastel Pinstripe Fire Yellow Belly. Look at how much orange this snake has. This is one of the orangest snakes that I have found. Really cool snake. It's almost a little too light, but if you put Super Orange Dream in there, imagine that. I can't believe that this snake doesn't have Orange Dream in it. Imagine how cool this snake would be if it had Orange Dream. Alright, next one we have is another Super Pastel Pinstripe Fire Yellow Belly. That's got a lot of orange to it. Next one we have is Yellow Belly Firefly Banana Leopard Pied Possible Orange Dream. I don't know how this snake wouldn't have Orange Dream. That's a lot of orange. I love the pixelated pattern that it has to it, but it's a pied, and I don't like pieds, but it has so much cool orange looking color to it, I couldn't leave it out. The last one we have is Yellow Belly Spider Fire Gravel. And that has some orange, almost like fiery. This is the best example of a fire, I think. That the saddles have like what looks like they caught on fire. Caught on fire, it's pretty cool. So that's it for fire. Our next one we have is the Enhancer Morph. Enhancer Morph doesn't have a whole lot of combos, but I thought it might be a great place to start. Enhancer by itself is kind of like fire. It's a really light colored snake. The next one we have is the G-Stripe Enhancer, and it's hard to tell if this is an orange or yellow snake, so that's why I put it on there. It looks to be more of a orange snake than it is yellow. Next one is a Genetic Stripe Enhancer, and this snake looks really yellow, but it has some orange to it. So I like what this G-Stripe does. If you put Inchy in with the G-Stripe, then you would have a really orange snake. Alright, so that does it for Enhancer.